Okay. Shoot, I don't know how to do my intro anymore. Hello, welcome. It's been 10 million years? I don't know. Where is my
I
thing?
can do math. Hold on.
You-
It has been.
Mhm.
The last session was 1, 2, 3, 4. May
Yeah, it was May.
2nd this year. And now it's 6
November.
months later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apologies to anyone who was trying to catch up onto this. Life happened. And therefore, we decided to put the game on a shelf and go back to it when we could. But basically, some people moved, some people had a job, some people started grad school. I'm learning to become a pseudo manager, so time just went out the window. Free time, goodbye. But we are back to continue on. I almost said to conclude our story. We're not ending it today, unless. But let me do my silly little introduction of hello, one and all, and welcome back to another haunting season. We missed October. Sorry, guys. Of Curse of Strahd, the Darkest Faerie, a chilling season where gothic horror meets a little bit of whimsy, your nightmares, your morbid curiosity, and a story that takes place that once belonged in the realm of Ulstea, my homebrew world that Jester and I have created throughout the years of knowing each other. And if you know Curse of Strahd, everything that is about Curse of Strahd, throw it out the window. This is new, exciting. We took a hammer to it and we decided we're going to change a bunch of things that we don't like and add a bunch of things that we do like and make it more fairy tale themed. A little bit of gothic horror. I'm your beloved host through this tale of horror guided by the cast who I lovingly call the Broads. Through our story and time together. So right now we only have 3 broads. One broad is going to be coming in a little bit later. Jester is coming home from work, and we are going to play on without the player who plays Beth. Hopefully she'll be here next session. We shall see. But does anyone want... Do we want to do, like, introductions? Tell us what characters we play? Remind the folks. Remind me. Who
I
are
can
you?
go first. Hello, my name is Bell, or the Paladin Bell, here on Twitch. Or on Twitch. Sorry, I forgot we're not streaming. I play Allegra de Lamont, the Oath of Devotion Paladin. For now.
Don't say it like that.
Thank you, and I will popcorn over to Lynx.
Oh, hi. I'm Lynx. I also stream on Twitch as Quark Lynx. I'm fine with any pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing RA, or Arete Bordon, who also happens to be known as Virio Arden Volante. So mysterious. Oh, so spooky. They're your typical polite but reserved half-elf rogue ranger, and a little spooky. Not as spooky as the rest of the party, though. Specifically, the character who is next in the line, Popcorn Celeste.
Yeah, I figured it was me. Seeing as how I'm the only other person here right now.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Celeste. You might also know me as Sage the Softcubus, or shortened to Softy Sage. I also stream on Twitch, but I haven't in a long while. It's been like honestly nearly a year since the last time I streamed. I really want to go back to it. There's just been so much on my plate. But I play Katarina Durst. She is a Barovian woman, kind of in her late 20s. Her original description says, has very obviously been living on her own for a number of years. That's less true now. Kat looks a lot more put together and a lot less disheveled than she was when she was introduced. She is covered head to toe, top to tip, in tattoos with like ancient primeval runes. She has raven black hair with the trademarked Barovian white stress highlight. Hair falls to her collarbone, but she kind of wears it in an updo. She has one intense blue-gray eye, and the other a fetid necrotic green with a scar. It's like kind of purplish. It's reminiscent of like a port wine stain. And yeah, she's my creepy witch who, by all accounts, should be the edgiest, like the super edgy loner character. But she in fact has a heart of gold and cares so much about her friends.
Aw, baby. And then who will be joining us soon, Jester or Void. I believe their Twitch is Beckoning Void on Twitch, correct?
Yeah, Beckoning Void on Twitch.
Yep.
Pronouns he, it.
He's a little he or an it, depending on how they're feeling. They formerly were playing Lottie Johantov, who was an Eladrin Reborn warlock, and Jester has kindly decided to put Lottie on a shelf, and she will be taken very good care of. Don't worry, she's not dead yet. And is playing a new Borba who got introduced last session by the name of Jasper, who is a little tricksy little satyr who may or may not be a druid. And I believe Jasper's pronouns are they, them, or they're all pronouns. I will have to re-ask Jester when they pop in. And then Beth, who I will be NPCing on the side, is played by Creepy, who uses the she, her pronouns. Beth uses, I believe, she, her, or she, they, and is some form of a light changeling, but not, and is a reflavor of the Blood Hunter class, according to her character sheet. I thought she switched her character, her class. But, she is a Blood Hunter who will be dancing with Strahd for the rest of the evening until shit hits the fan, if it happens. But yay! It's been a long time. This was episode 24 a long time ago. We're on episode 25, and I am calling this lovingly running out of time. But we're finally out off of Ari's birthday. Yippee!
Yay!
Yay!
Huzzah!
It's no longer 7 sessions of Ari's birthday. It is now the first of the year. Brand new year of remembrance, and it is the 1st of Laurel, which is the day of remembering, or the day of once upon. I guess I'm doing the recap. It's gonna be very spacey, it's gonna be very spotty, because I only really listened to the last 3 hours of our 5-hour VOD twice. I was like, I don't need any of this important context in the front. Lo and behold, here's the recap. We had to go back to Beth, who finally got to dance with Escher, and kind of got more intel and trying to figure out what each bride is like, and seeing if Escher was actually useful. He's not. Beth asked several times, do you know what this deal that Ludmilla wants me to do to go find a portrait? No, I don't. Ludmilla kind of keeps things to herself. Great, you're useless. Why is Valenta doing all these things? Why is she really weird around Brahedin? Don't know. They have beef. Even though I'm the closest person to her beyond the other brides. Like, we're tight. Apparently they're not. And what else did they talk about? Spying. And then try to give, like, an answer, or try to get an idea of, like, where some of the Fanes could be. and he gave an idea that there was once a shrine that was for the Mountain Fane that Ludmilla used to go to, or was a devoted priestess for, and it is no longer. It's partially submerged underwater, as the area that was once Perez is no longer a city and more of a accidental man-made swamp, bog kind of area. And we just assume that, or he assumes that Fane is desecrated because of what war happened a long time ago, and the fact that it's partly submerged underwater. But yeah, Escher was kind of very much useless, but they did have like a fun dance where they kept masquerading as different people in the party and also masquerading as each other. But Escher's got some weird vibes on whether or not he misses home, but he kind of likes it here. He is happy with Strahd, but he's also not happy. He mentions the deal that he has to leave not Escher. Escher can't leave Escher alone. Escher is leaving Ismark alone. Which Beth went, yeah, you better, like, don't talk to Ismark. Leave us alone, actually. But Beth had fun. Whether she was lying or not, who knows? Lottie wanted to dance with Valenta. That was the last part of our final parts of our dances. And Lottie wanted to dance with Valenta, and it kind of didn't happen. Because Lottie had cold feet, and also Valenta was very much still angry about dealing with Rahadin. So instead, they got pulled into a separate room, and they sat on some chairs and just talked about each other. Lottie was very interested in everything that was magical inclined to about everything that Valenta was doing. She wanted to know about things about the Lord of the Land, anything about vampirism, and I believe Lottie mentioned at some point that Strahd has something that's very important to her, and she doesn't know if she should just go up to him and ask him, or should she just wait until the ball's over and then get it. And Valenta went, I can just go with you and we can go get it together. And they kind of low-key flirt with each other. Lottie's playing a dangerous game with flirting with one of the consorts, the brides of Strahd's. That's on her. Oopsie daisy. But before Lottie can go out to go make sure that she's gonna go talk to Strahd, she goes finds Kat. She lets Kat know, responsibly this time, that, hey, I'm gonna go get a part of my memory, that book that we were talking about, from Strahd. I'll be right back. And yeah. Kat just tells her to be careful, be safe, and come back when she can. And Lottie went, yes, Rooney, and then booked it out. And that is the last we will see of Lottie for the rest of the game, until I NPC, DM NPC them, or Lottie, or Jester goes, I'm actually gonna play Lottie in this scene, and then we go back to Jasper. Who knows? Rotating cast. Allegra and RA go on a little flight. They go dance around, they go fly around a little bit. A lot of kissing happened. Lynx has marked it in the episode, so between the second hour, somewhere at the beginning, you will see a bunch of kisses. Allegra mentions that she's going to do something stupid, and she's going to duel Strahd at the beginning of the day. RA is not happy about it, and we learned later on that Kat's not really happy about it, but they're not going to tell Allegra no, because they know that I wouldn't say she's bullheaded, but it's more of like, this is what she wants to do, and she wants to get information and intel out of Strahd, and they're just going to be like, as long as you're safe, that's okay. I am pretty sure most of your all's conversation was you guys admitting that you kind of have feelings for each other. Or Allegra was very much, I do have feelings for you, and RA is coming to terms about it. And there's a lot of kissing. Midnight strikes. the end of Aria's birthday is over at last. It is a full moon the next day. 2 full moons of Inara and Kaja. And then when the clock strikes midnight, everyone starts to see that there are celebrations of like, welcome to the new year, happy once upon a time, happy once again. Here's some champagne flutes, here's some more champagne flutes. Everyone can have it. Sorry, my brain just shut down for a second. Irina takes champagne flutes away from Ismark. RA doesn't understand that what is happening, so RA gives a champagne flute to Ismark with a critical success persuasion check. Ismark cannot deny there's kind of crush anything, so they're like, yes, thank you, and then Allegra has to take it away and go, he's recovering. And then Ismark goes, yeah, I wasn't a great person a couple of years ago, and alcohol was kind of one of the problems, so I'm not drinking anymore. For you now, I watched the VOD. Irina had 4 flutes of champagne. She is drunk right now. I thought she only had 2, and I was like, okay, maybe she's a little tipsy, and no. Someone else gave her more champagne, and so she's just gone. She's having the time of her life. And then we get the fun part where Strahd gives out a huge announcement telling everyone that it's a brand new year, they'll try to do better, yada yada yada. Thank you all for attending. Hopefully you'll have more balls like this in the future for merriment and to bring everyone together. And then ghosts start appearing. And it seems to be the ghosts of the long dead that are appearing. In the middle of the conversation, Ismark or Irina drops her champagne flutes, and Ismark and Irina see their mom, who has been long gone for a very long time, and they both run to them and just start talking, and Irina's fully, now canonically, drunkenly crying over her mom. And it's a matter of moments before Allegra sees her own mother, and then they have a conversation. I'm not sure if Allegra actually got the closure that she needed, but there is a very long kind of couple of conversations of her mom and Vasilka, who didn't believe what was happening. And introducing your mother to both R-Ray and Kat, who she accepted very warmly and acceptingly. Thanked both of you for keeping an eye on Allegra and reminding Allegra that technically it wasn't their father's fault, or it wasn't her husband's fault, it wasn't your father's fault for her dying, because it was kind of written. It was fate. It was predestined. She knew she was going to die that day. He knew she was going to die, and if he had saved her, more things would have gone wrong, and that's just kind of the nature of how fate kind of works. And also, he has to abide to his own laws, and as the god of life and light, or as a angel to the god of life and light, he kind of has to abide to those. He can cheat it sometimes, but not all the time. But is Allegra still unhappy with her father?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, she is. Yeah. Kat kind of sits to the side because being surrounded by all these ghosts are giving her bad vibes, but also just like it's happy to see that everyone is kind of talking to their past dead ones, but also it's kind of very overexerting and overstimulating for her, so she needs to like sit down and just kind of wait it out. And we eventually see towards the end that a little dapper young 18-year-old boy comes up and like disheveled kind of suit, holding Percival under his arms, and it's the spirit that possesses Percival, and he very excitedly asks Kat to go to a dance. And this is like a little bit before Allegra and Kat have a conversation. They also smooch. There is a lot of queer kissing in the session. And I'm pretty sure the two of you had something that you wanted to discuss with each other when the spirits were no longer in the room, but Kat got pulled aside and you went to go. That's when Allegra started sensing the stink of divinity nearby and started to be like, where is he? You guys also came up with a plan with Ismark and Irina, along with Vasilka and Tegwell, that you are all going to save Aris in the morning and then probably bring her to Ari's sister to Krezk, even though Krezk's not the greatest place, but it is home, and Allegra wants everyone to meet her other mom, Amara. That's her name. Yes, Amara. And Aris will be safe with Amara, and Ismark also agrees that they're gonna stick around with y'all, because more the merrier, and ensure that Irina will probably be safe in Krezk, in the Abbey, but hopefully in an Abbey that no longer has the abbot. And then Allegra also wanted to talk to Ismark about something very important. He assumes it's about the RA thing, but Allegra's like, no, we need to talk about me killing my father kind of thing. And Ismark's like, gotcha. We're on kind of the same page. And then Allegra commands Tegwell that the moment they leave Castle Ravenloft, he is going to go home to father, but Vasilka is going to stay with her. Vasilka's on board. And Tegwell, he believes it. He goes, yes. And then the last hour where Sel was gone, missing, we introduced Jasper, who is Jester's new little Blorbo, a cute little satyr who got trapped in Castle Ravenloft. A same parallel to how our heroes did get trapped together. And he was told that Escher will come eventually to come bring him to the festival or to the party, but right now they're all busy like setting it up. We'll be right back. Hours go on, no one is there, so Jasper does the reasonable thing is, I'm gonna break out. So he kicks open the door, gets out, walks down the hallway, isn't stealthing, and runs into someone who is invisible. They go, what the heck? I don't see where it is. Contemplates swinging their walking stick around, or their staff around, and eventually notices a blood trail going around the corner and goes, that's not great. This is also very ominous, but also I could get found at any moment. I'm gonna follow the suspicious blood trail. Almost gets clocked in the head by a woman who we all know as Esmeralda. Jasper will now know as Ezzy, who kind of yells at them, going like, why are you following me? What are you doing? I don't know. I'm trapped here. I woke up here. I'm scared. They're out to get me. And Esmeralda goes, okay, great. I rescued people a couple months ago in the same exact situation. Why is every time I come to Castle Ravenloft, I have to save someone? So she's like, okay, you can follow me, but you have to be quiet. Can you do that? Jasper goes, I don't know. Yeah, I can. And then she's like, cool, be as quiet as a rat. And Jasper heard rat and went, got you. Turns into a rat. Sneaks into her pocket. Esmeralda's like, okay, cool. They sneak around. They get into Strahd's study. Notices a portrait of someone who looks very similar to Irina, and a little bit like Vasilka, and a little bit of what Lottie looks like in a certain season. And they stare at it, but Jasper finds a hidden entrance that has a room filled with gold and treasure chest and went, that looks like a trap. Peepaw told me that I shouldn't be obvious and activate traps, so I'm gonna walk away. And overhere's Esmeralda going, what the fuck am I supposed to do with this satyr? Do I just drop them off at a bog? Do I throw them into Krezk? Can they swim? Should I just have them find the other pups that I rescued? And Jasper goes, I would like to not go into a bog, please. And she goes, perfect. I didn't find what I was looking for, so I still need to keep searching the castle. I'm currently being hunted down, so either you come with me or you go to the party and leave me the fuck alone. Jasper thinks about it and goes, well, I'm also being hunted down. And Esmeralda sighs and goes, okay, here is a earring of disguise. It will let you turn into anyone you think of. Don't be yourself, obviously. And you're going to find these group of people, and then shows them what the party looks like, and it's like, okay, you're gonna find this purple woman. This is her stuff. She's the daughter of the abbot. She's not that hard to miss. And like shows Jasper the locket that's in the bag that of, I believe it was Allegra's mom. And like, kind of looks like her. Go find her, and if not, good luck. Bye-bye. Hands her the stuff, and Jasper goes to the party, revels around for a little bit, and then sees Allegra and goes, oh, she didn't say Allegra was going to be at the party. And Jasper thought it would be good to disguise themselves as R.A. in clothes that R.A. no longer wears anymore. And go up to Allegra and go, hey, I got your stuff. Hey, I got a letter for you. And Allegra, who is noticing that there's some kind of divinity happening, is not paying attention and goes, all right, my sweet, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go figure out something. And Jasper doesn't relent and goes, but this bag's heavy. I have all your stuff. I have your locket. And Allegra looks over and notices the discrepancy of what R.A. looked like 5 minutes ago and what R.A. looks like now, and basically threatens to kick or punch Jasper's teeth if they don't drop the disguise. Jasper holds their hands up and goes, hey, I'm sorry. Esmeralda, this woman named Desi gave me a bag. Oh, Esmeralda? Yeah, sure. She told me to give you this stuff. And also, I am being hunted down by the brides, so I guess I'll look like a random NPC, generic NPC from the ball. And that's when Allegra kind of hops back over and goes, all right, I'm gonna go this way. Good luck. And she starts walking to where R.A. is, who is talking to a very pretty 8-foot-tall woman in the middle of the in the middle of Ludmilla's garden. And that is pretty much the session recap. I can't remember if Ismark and R.A. smooched, kinda kissed last session, or was that the session before that?
I think it was the session before, and I believe it was a cheek smooch.
It was a cheek smooch. Yeah. It was a kiss on the cheek.
Just a little.
Just a little. And then, you get your full-on 3 whole kisses with Allegra, because 3 times. You needed to do rolls of 3s.
Yeah, and then also a kiss to Cat's hand, so just kind of being a little free with them, you know?
Yeah.
Smooches all around.
Yeah, go off, I guess.
Go off, King. Queen. Princeling. Whatever.
Not yet.
Highness.
Oh.
Go off. But yeah. So, Jester, welcome in. Hello. I love you. Thank you for showing up.
I made it.
Yippee.
Work tried to kill me, but I survived.
Thank you for surviving. Do you remember what Jasper's pronouns were? Is it all?
Any.
Any? Okay.
Whatever is funny at the time.
Okay. Cool. Jasper just takes all the pronouns and goes, these are mine now.
Whatever works.
I could be you, yours, or whatever. I don't know.
This is
I can be
so
yours.
tangentially related. I love dating people who are gender fluid, because then I get to do shit like, oh yeah, this is enter name. She's my boyfriend. And people go, huh? What? What'd you say?
It's okay. We got a whole new Fae entering the party, primed and ready to kiss the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Who knows?
If people want to smooch.
There's. Oh, have you seen this party? This party wants to be smooched. and flirted with.
Blah,
Jasper,
blah, blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. You baby.
Oh.
Thank you. Okay. So yes, today is episode 25 of Running Out of Time, and that's what I feel like we are doing. We are going to zoom over to... We kind of left on a cliffhanger of Allegra trying to figure out where RA was and couldn't find RA, and we are going to actually figure out what the fuck RA is doing right now. I believe I described the scene last time, but just to like recap, you are kind of pulled aside into pretty much the center of Ludmilla's garden, where the fountain is, kind of where, fortunately, Allegra and Ludmilla did have their scuffle that you weren't a part of. So there is still very obviously golden blood or silver blood smeared somewhere on the ground, kind of nearby, that are having budding little evening glories kind of grow from them. And then there's a little bit of like red blood kind of splattered into the garden that are having white flowers, white evening glories with a little bit of red tinted on their petals. And pretty much as you're being led by this 8-foot-tall, dark-skinned woman who very much does not fit in the scenery of Barovia, wings kind of covering her whole entire face, and very translucent body parts that you can just see actual bones through them, a cluster of stars, and a bunch of evening glories that kind of act like a pseudo, like, organs of the body. And they said that, like, her chest is kind of like a golden gilded cage, like a bird's cage, that could theoretically open up and all you would get is just a bunch of flowers. But she very much does not fit into modern day, here's a random human, here's a goblin, here's a dragonborn.
Some kind of eldritch something.
Yeah, you are very much talking to an eldritch something who is making sure that everyone that, like, commoners and nobility that you're passing have taken no notice to you or her in this scenery. But wherever she walks, there is just blooms of evening glories.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually she leads you to the fountain. She doesn't seem to, like, want to sit down on the lip of the fountain or anything. She just kind of walks a little bit and traces where partially the blood was, picks it up, and then kind of flicks it, and then more flowers grow. And will say that I appreciate that you decided to follow me back over here. Thank you.
They nod.
Now, you are probably wondering why you're brought out here?
Well, yes, but it seemed impolite to say so.
Correct. It would be very impolite and very ill manner of your contracts if you decided to say no. And she thinks for a second and goes, but my apologies. I simply brought you out here just to properly thank you. You've decided to be quite an interesting light to basically my goddaughter. And also seem to be helping out my own lifeblood in itself. With your particular rewinding of your curse.
They've just progressively looked more and more confused.
I think, yeah. And it's very much a couple of moments and goes, Titania. You know.
Oh.
That's my sister.
Oh, she's... That explains a lot. I'm not sure what to do with the thanks of such a divine being.
You see she
They
nods.
say, yeah. Unsure if like she's trying to keep a secret or if it's like, yeah.
Yeah, no. She kind of nods and goes, I do not hide what I am like my sister is. She and I are the same, different sides of the coin. She is summer, I am winter. She is beginning, I am ending. Sort of, I suppose. But you do have her markings spread all around you. I haven't been able to talk to her fully in quite some time, and so seeing you and seeing what your contract entails does bring me a hint of hope, especially since you like to linger around Allegra a lot.
Perhaps. Yes. What is my association with Titania? How would that benefit Allegra? I'm not sure I understand your meaning.
With your contract dictates that you are going to rescue my daughters. My actual daughters.
Oh, the veins?
Mm-hmm. You see she nods.
Okay, yeah.
And each unshackling you do to my daughters gives me more power and more control in this land, which therefore gives Allegra more power and more control over her body and her own powers.
I'm glad my goals align then to essentially the same thing.
She thinks for a second. She's like, I am apologetic, I suppose, on scaring you that one night by spelling out my sister's name in flowers while you were comforting my goddaughter.
Yes, it was a bit of a surprise, but no offense was taken. So no apology necessary. I am grateful for the sentiment, of course.
Mm-hmm. Anything she gives you, you can't see her eyes, but her smile does give like an implication of she's being a little smug about this, and will go, I'm sure if my goddaughter found out that I am the reason that sowed you so much anxiety, she will have quite some words with me.
Yeah, she probably would.
Her
I
mother
won't tell
was
her,
the
though.
same thing. She will wait to see if you have any questions that you have for her. Otherwise, you can be paralyzed in disbelief of like, oh wow, I'm in presence of a god. Yikes.
Yeah, it would certainly take them a while to come up with any questions.
Mhm.
I can't think of any specifically. I think Ari would probably just be like, so you just wanted to express thanks? So you took the time and effort to descend to this mortal plane just to say that to me?
You see, she nods a little bit and goes, I typically follow wherever my godchildren move. And in this era, there's only maybe 3 Acer Bloods that are blessed with my guidance, that are not immediately not casted aside, but basically called upon by the Dawn Mother. There are more light-filled Acer Bloods in this plane of dread. Understandable. But I am always around her, whether she likes it or not. Kind of part of our dealing of her creation. But there is a lot of souls, and she'll kind of gesture to like some of the ghosts that are kind of passing through the garden, and goes, a lot of souls in Barovia have been begging to say words to their loved ones for many years. And I, as a god who grants passage for these souls to move on into the afterlife, cannot force them to move on in this plane of existence. They are stuck. They belong to whatever malevolent forces that this mist is, into this cruel reincarnation cycle. And to denote a beginning of a year, I am allowing the spirits just this once, and hopefully more in the future, to say what they want to a grand amount of people that have all been brought here, thanks to the Lord's kindness, you could say. They'll be here for an hour. They will leave at the mark of the next, around 1, maybe 1:15-ish. And then they will dissolve, and hopefully will no longer be as restless as they were in their next life.
Well, I know a great number of individuals I was traveling with would already be immensely grateful for what's transpired, and for even a second more would have given anything. So an entire hour is extremely benevolent, you could say.
I see she nods her head and goes, it's the least I can do with my diminishing power. Luckily, there are still some people who do believe in me here on this plane. That allows me to stay present. So hopefully this will give them more of a belief that I am not as malicious and evil as most of the pious folks in this land deem me to be. But I'm not talking about myself. Well, I've become doing so. But I am not just here for thanking you, which I humbly do warmly believe so. I do thank you for all the help that you are doing. But I also need... Did she purses her lips and thinks for a very long time? Your passive insight is very high, I believe.
Let me double check. 6.
So yeah, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote the DC was 15, but your passive is very high. You could notice that she is really deliberating on telling you something that is not the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately decides after a moment to tell you. And goes,
Okay, yeah.
unless you had something you wanted to cut her off with.
No, they're just, like, tilting their head quizzically.
Yeah. And she lets you know that I also pulled you aside to let you know the thing that you are dealing with in the morrow is coming sooner than you realize.
The thing that I'm dealing with tomorrow. My sister? That whole situation?
Technically, yes. Your fate is a little bit skewed, and it has been changing ever so much. So I also wanted to warn you that your time, whether it is physically or mentally, is running out.
My time is to save Aris.
Your curse bearer is deciding that she needs to create a grand threat to the lord of this land in order to vie for power. And with all the unfortunate scrying attempts of this location, she's starting to become more and more on edge. I can't really...
Thank you for this information. If that is the case, then we should leave sooner than planned, as you said.
I would suggest so.
Thank you. This is a great cause for concern, but I'm grateful to know.
Just don't let it overwhelm you with, what's the mortal feeling?
Trepidation?
Yes, exactly.
I was originally planning to leave before the night was out anyway, so this just goes back to the original plan, but plus everyone else.
You see she nods and will offer before, like, she either dismisses you or you start walking away. Would go.
They're not leaving until they're dismissed. That'd be
Okay.
rude.
Yep. They will offer, if you do need anything, feel free to call upon me.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, I believe my lifeblood's my sister. I believe my godchild is coming this way. So,
Of course she is.
I was not very secretive on masking my divinity.
Well, I also just vanished. So, that would do it.
You see, she gives you like a knowing smile and goes, "We truly trouble her so much. Good luck."
Thank you.
And good luck explaining this. And she'll, if not said anything else, she kind of just ethereally just kind of dissipates into the ground, and then more of like a field of more evening glories are kind of glowed around you, or grown around you. You're kind of just like surrounded in this like nice little semicircle of flowers when the others kind of walk by. But before that, we're gonna go pivot back to finish two of our last dances. Since Beth is not here, canonically Beth is dancing with Strahd in this moment. Strahd came down after their of their announcement and kind of walked away, and after a little bit moment came back into the main dining hall. Autostrazi is no longer in the dance hall with the party, and I think the only bride I have in the dance hall technically is Escher. Valenta has left the scene. Autostrazi has left. Ludmilla left a long time ago, insinuating that she needs to go take care of some rats in the building, which we now canonically know probably was what injured Esmeralda in the castle. Can I move the party over here? Hello? There we go. before we go back to the party all coming back together and being a grand old big group, we're gonna pivot over to Kat, who is very much kind of being pulled into a very awkward style ballroom dance by a sweet little 18-year-old boy who has been possessing her cat all this time, little Erasmus. And then for you, Kat, Percival kinda is like weirdly on your shoulder, but occasionally with each like twirl or an attempt of a twirl, Percival either gets tangled into the twirl or hops all over to Erasmus's shoulder, and then kind of has this weird balancing act of like, why am I here? But wants to stay next to you as you are the familiar, and that's the person that's been occupying its body for so long. Yeah. Bouncy baby boy is beaming brightly at you. And goes, I can finally talk to you without Percy. Hello.
Hello, Erasmus. This is strange to say to a spirit, but you seem to be doing well.
Well, you do keep me, rather safe. And feeding our seeds very much and keeping them alive.
Yes, but that's nothing that needs special congratulations. I should be keeping my cat alive and making sure he's well fed.
Mm-hmm. You see, he kind of like shrugs. He, similar to like how he conveys in like the bowls of water, or like when you summon him, he still glows like certain colors that denote emotions. That's very similar to Beth. Yeah. That you've just kind of narrowed in and understood. And he's just this bright yellow, a beacon in the blue of all the souls that are around.
So, Erasmus, I'm curious. Is there anyone here at the ball tonight who you would want to go and speak to? Other than me, of course.
And he tips his head back and forth and kind of looks back a bit. And goes, well, there is someone, but I can't talk to them. I can't even tell you about them.
Can you point me to who it is?
He hums.
Just a direction.
He points a little bit past Beth on the dance floor. In like the area that's like this away.
Gotcha.
And you see, he kind of shakes his hand after he does it. Like, it kind of weirdly hurt him for doing that. He's like, okay, I could kind of do that. Okay.
Now, I don't know if this would work, but you could maybe you could try to possess me, and I could ask her to dance.
You see, he thinks for a very long time.
If that would work.
I realize this is the wrong character sheet. It's the wrong roll 20. This is the roll 20 I need. where's my Erasmus sheet? He doesn't really have stats. Yeah, he's just a spirit at the end of the day. Okay. Let's see if he thinks it's a good idea. He shrugs. I think it could work.
Okay, let us finish up our dance, and then I will go ask.
Okay. I don't know what to ask. I have the ability to talk to you without talking through Percy and scaring people. Like, what do I say? What do I talk about?
To be fair, you are kind of intimately familiar with me at this point.
I know.
There's not really much you could ask me.
Oh. I think the big scary man told you. But did I tell you about your sister? Did I tell you about Stella? That's her name? Yes?
Yes. Stella. I've heard of her predicament.
Okay. She's okay. I kind of scared her.
You can. That's right. That would make complete sense.
Yeah, she's stuck, but not stuck in the ethereal, the place that I go to when I'm not here or with Percy or with you.
Could you just keep her company for me and let her know that I'm working on finding a way to help?
And you see, he gives you very a dorky, like, salute. And he's like, that's what I was doing when you all forgot about stuff in that really weird place, Valaki.
Yes, that is a phenomenon I must investigate when the time is right.
It's really bad. Like, it's everywhere.
That much I'm aware of.
Okay. I don't know. Sometimes I'm your cat, sometimes I'm just walking around, sometimes I just do my own thing, which is mostly talking to the spirits and going, so how's your life? And they don't respond.
Generally, the dead are not excessively talkative, which I can hardly blame them for.
I know. Maybe. They could have some fun in their life.
I don't think many people are so readily prepared to accept the reality of their fates.
See, he nods. He's a very young boy. Not too wise, not too smart. So bubbly, though.
Mhm.
And you're starting to realize that, like, yeah, he's just as much as a yapper as he is when he's possessing Percy. And he kind of laments a little bit about the afterlife. And, like, as your dances go into, like, the 2-minute, almost 3-minute mark, after all the conversing, he starts to notice a little bit out of the corner of his eye, and then goes, there's something strange about this place. You see that there's, and he'll point out to, like, a ghost that's dancing with someone and goes, they're slowly dissipating. But that one, points to another, is brighter than I am. Like they just freshly got back here. You're muted, baby.
Do you think something is afoot?
I think the promise of being here for an hour is waning.
But it's hardly been 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Do you want to go do the possessing thing, or before I have to run away? I guess.
Yes, we probably should.
Or do you want to do find the rest of the folks so they don't freak out when you get possessed all of a sudden? I don't know.
Everyone does know, admittedly, that I am spiritually sensitive. But it will only be for a couple of minutes, and it's only to give you the chance to do something you might not otherwise be able to.
Okay. He thinks for a very long moment. And then, like, as, like, a finishing act to the dance, like, before you pull apart or anything, he does, like, a bow while still holding your hand. Still remembering some form of gentlemanship when he was alive.
I was gonna say, Kat will kind of smile and go, "Such a gentleman."
I try.
You succeed.
And he kind of looks at you with this big ol'... His colors are starting to shift in a worried tone.
Okay.
Making sure that you are 100% okay. Otherwise, he's like, I can just possess Percy and just meow it. Yeah. Can't say that.
Okay, how about this, Erasmus? You do whatever will make you the most comfortable.
He puffs his cheeks and goes, that's not fair. You're the one who doesn't like the spirit things happening, and I don't want to disturb you.
It's not that I don't like it. Don't put words in my mouth. It is rather that if I'm not prepared for it, it can be taxing.
Okay. He waits for a very long moment to make sure you don't back out of this.
Literally, she's just waiting for him now.
I know.
She's just like, stop being stubborn.
He is above mocking you. Where I, Abby, would mock you. He's above that. But Erasmus will wait a moment, and then you can feel that knowing sensation of seeing him disappear, and then this knowing sensation in the back of your head of someone trying to, like, knock, let me in.
I willingly relinquish, temporarily, control of my body.
Okay. You ought to fail the charisma save, so you don't have to worry about fighting for your consciences. Very similar to when Lottie's spirit took over. Lottie, you are very visibly aware of what is happening, and if you want to, can still talk. Like, it's kind of a half control. He is being a little wishy-washy on it.
Okay.
Of, like, your possession. So if you decide that you're like, I need to talk to something, or talk to someone, or say my own piece, you can. But if, like, he talks, it's your voice, it's your actions, what have you.
Yes, indeed.
Erasmus will pilot your body a little bit away from the cajoling dances, and will eventually kind of awkwardly walk up to a very, I wouldn't say elderly woman. She is, well, she's in her middle age, kind of late 40s, early 50s, like somewhere in that middle. So I wouldn't say it's like elderly, but it's definitely like a little bit above middle age. Just a little bit. Yes, you had to say.
I said yeah.
And she is wearing less of a dress that is more suiting for a woman and is wearing more of like a suit. And very much has like a rapier on her side. Yes, Brioche, thank you. Kind of all in like deep, I want to say more of like a deep red is what she is wearing. And there is a little bit of color of like green, as in there is some kind of like vegetation that she has, like pocket, or a pocket has like a little bit of like flowers. Her hair is pulled up into a very tight bun that is kind of a light, almost white, like it almost white and a little bit of blonde, so kind of that platinum blonde kind of vibe. And her eyes are a very vivid shade of like neon green. It's very similar to like what Percy has in the eye tone. And she is having a conversation with someone who seems to be of like a clergy, and they're having like a pseudo argument about faith that you can kind of overhear. And Erasmus, with your voice, kind of coughs to get their attention. And eventually two adults look at Erasmus, and you could feel your body kind of shrink in just a little bit over, oh no, adults have noticed me. Shit. What do I do?
He's such a loser.
I know, he's your loser. He's your loser little boy.
He's such a loser, chat.
But he sheepishly waits a moment and swallows down his own anxieties that you can feel bubbling in your chest and goes, "Hi, do you mind if I could ask you for a dance?" And both the gentleman and the woman look at each other and look down at you, and they're kind of just like thinking on who is he asking, before the woman kind of steps up and goes, "Sure. Any particular reason why you're asking either one of us to dance?" And Erasmus goes, "I thought it would be the noble thing to get around and dance with a bunch of folks and learn where they're from, what are they doing here, how do they like it, as an honored guest to the Count. Spread some tea? Gossip?" And you see the woman nod her head, look over the man, and kind of just waves him off, before going, "I'm not a person that dances regularly, so do you just want to sit at the benches and chat, I guess?" And Erasmus just goes, "Yes, absolutely. Uh-huh." An eagerness that Cat doesn't really expend a lot. But she'll gesture to over the benches, and you see that she is keeping a great eye on all the spirits that are around the area. And she is half listening to what Erasmus would say through you, but is mostly focused on keeping an eye on how many people are in this room. And she is just slowly watching the Count very carefully as like he's dancing with Beth. But she'll start the conversation of like, "So you're friends with the little one that's dancing with the Lord?" And Erasmus goes, "Yes, she's technically my best friend." And goes, "Oh, I see that you haven't really danced with the Lord of the Land, but your compatriots all seem to think about dancing with him, or the myriad of consorts that he decides to keep. Any particular... Are you close? Erasmus just goes, Psst, not really. We're just trying to get information kinda out of them. And, you see... It's kind of impolite to not dance with them, and also it's kind of impolite to deny them the dance if they come up and ask us, even though most of us just kind of went up and asked them. But we're just getting intel. We're trying to be nice, so, like, they kind of owe us. We kind of... They kind of owe us a favor. We owe them a favor. We saved the village of Barovia, sort of. And, like, are really good escorts to the new burgomaster and the second-in-command burgomaster, I guess. And you see she nods her head and goes, interesting. You're very different over here than you were on talking with your friends over there a while ago. Cold feet, jitters. Erasmus kind of shrugs with your shoulder and goes, shh, a little bit. Not really that kind of person who talks to strangers very often. Kind of like lone wolf kind of ideal, unless it's with, you know, my besties. They're all pretty much her best friends. And you, Kat, can see the calculative eye as, like, she's watching, and she just kind of eventually, like, holds her hand out and goes, Ingrid. And she looks over at Strahd, kind of shrugs her shoulder. I was invited, so Ingrid van Richten, at your service. And you feel your body seize, and then Erasmus shakes your head, and, okay, does he say Katarina Wachter, or does he say Katarina Durst?
Kat introduces herself with hyphenated Durst Wachter.
Okay. And he'll go, Katarina Durst, technically Durst Wachter, whatever. Whatever. Pleasure to meet you. Yeah. And she just kind of gives him a little laugh, and goes, pleasure to meet you too. You know, you probably should not be enunciating your surname like that if you still want to not be found. And Erasmus waves her hand and goes, no, I'm quite comfortable with the hyphenated Durst Walk. I'm fine with people knowing Wachter now. It's okay. Kinda told to meet us later on, so we're figuring this out slowly but surely. Got other things to do, though. And she nods her head and goes, so beyond hi, how are you, gossip and what have you, anything you want to ask me? And all Erasmus can think of in this moment is, how are you doing?
This is where Kat's gonna interject, and she'll say, I notice you looking around the room at the various spirits, and if it's not invasive to say, it kind of looks like you're hoping to see someone here.
Less of seeing someone and more of... You walked in on a conversation I was not privy with the holy man over there. But my spirits are telling me that divinity has walked into this room, and there is one particular divinity that I do not like, nor does my little apprentice like very much. And if he's around doing this, one of us has something to politely say to him. And she kind of gestures to her dagger to the side, or her rapier to the side, when she says, politely have to say something to him.
Yes, and Kat will smile and go, is it the abbot who you are referring to?
She nods her head. He's got something that my apprentice and I need. And unfortunately, he's very good at hiding it. While I'm here making merriment and keeping an eye on things, my apprentice is elsewhere trying to find a way to break in or find other relics that we need.
I see. This may be something I would be able to assist you in. As I'm sure you can no doubt see, one of the people I have the pleasure of having company with tonight is none other than Allegra de Lemon, who, if you can keep this between us, is not so fond of her father either.
She nods her head and goes, the purple-skinned woman. The wings?
Indeed, it is her.
She was praying that she wasn't here. But she does have... I'll have to let her know that she can stop carrying around the relics that that woman asked her to go get.
Can I infer by this point in the conversation who the other individual is?
Yeah.
So, Kat will smile and say, well, if I see Esmeralda, I will let her know.
And you see she turns to you and very politely smiles and goes, tactful. I like that.
I try my best. It is my business to be knowledgeable about people who might be helpful in the journey to help my foreign allies return home. And I'm sure we're both well aware of the myths surrounding exactly what needs to occur for that to be made possible.
And you see she nods her head and goes, okay. Well, I will let her know that the faith-blessed woman is actually here. We have reasons to suspect that one of the relics that you're so predestined to find is in the chapel of her estate. And the only people who can open the estate, or that room, is those who have been touched by the divines. Unless he has it on his person. That's also a thing that we have not ruled out. But she's supposed to send the letter over Bird or through wherever my pseudo-dragon went. He tends to vanish here or there. But if he decides to show up, then he can actually deliver the letter to the little godling.
My familiar Percival is much the same. Has a wanderlust that I quite enjoy when it's convenient and reprimand when it isn't.
So she's nodding and understanding, like, yeah, me too, kid. She goes, we are compelled to listen to have our spirits dictate what we should learn and what we should know. They'll show up when they want to. And I think, like, just by, like, being near her, you can very much overwhelmingly, just, like, from the spirits that are, like, kind of lingering passively around her, she's a similar, not the same kind of witch as you, but she's definitely not a hedge mage or a hedge witch. She is, like, a true, proper witch that was more self-taught. You don't feel like any of, like, Baba's, like, teachings on her. But it's less of, like, a bastardized kind of version that you're like, ew, I don't like these teachings of the witch. These hedge witches. They don't do it right.
It does not seem a wicked practice to me, basically.
No. Yeah.
Okay.
But she will kind of pointedly go, if you don't mind, I can go fetch my apprentice, and then she can explain some things while I go continue looking around. I'm sensing that she got caught or something.
Well, you should probably go check on her then.
Miss, don't run away. I think you're known to do that. From how much she was complaining.
Well, that was because of specific circumstances, which I'd rather not get into right now.
And you see, she nods her head and goes, trust me. Staring at Strahd. I know how particular they can be.
Quite.
Pleasure to meet you again. I have to go find dear Esmeralda before she gets torn apart.
Did she remind me? Did she introduce herself by name?
Yep, she said Ingrid van Richten.
Okay.
Reichten.
Okay, then yeah, she will say, get back safe, Ingrid.
There is a moment where you think she's going to say something that's kind of like out of left field. Or like a remark about telling her to be careful. But she just kind of stands up, does a little bow, and then kind of gestures to her rapier as like, I'm armed, I'm fine. And then will try to excuse herself while also dancing around, or like trying to avoid either Strahd or Escher's kind of like, not advances, but like gazes, I would say. Attention. And you just feel everything in your body jittering with excitement and anxiety. You do not need to breathe, but if you knew if you were certainly mortal, you would be on a verge of somewhat of a panic attack. And then just in your head, you just hear Erasmus just go, that was so cool. That was so cool. I am so scared. Yeah, you heard how I was talking to her. I mean, shoot, ow. Yeah. Can't see me. Whole
I
ordeal.
thought you were doing well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't me.
Shoot. I think I need to... I can't lie down, but I feel like I need to, like, lie down or sit at the bottom of a fountain or something.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah. Because the really peppy one that's Allegra's sister is, like, running to you, and I cannot be around the giant metal guy.
Okay. Care of your...
You're muted, baby, but yeah.
Go take care of yourself.
You see, you can't see him salute. But you feel him leave, and then see Percy get abrupt or alert. Sees that both Basilka and Tegwell are making their way towards you, and flies upwards into basically the rafters of the ballroom, and kind of sits there and just stares down at the giant suit of metal that tells spirits to also go bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.
And like throughout the night, definitely everyone can see that spirits tend to avoid Tegwell. It's like a little barrier that he creates, like an aura of 5 feet. That if they get near him, they kind of bounce off and then decide, don't want to be around this guy anymore. But me, please.
Oh.
You can. Basilka will run up to you, very excited. Or not really excited, more of like excited that she has a job, and then we'll go grab your, like, without your permission, because she doesn't really understand boundaries most of the time. She grabs her hand and goes, Allegra needs you. This way. Come on.
Okay. You can just ask me.
No. She says it's very important. We gotta go.
I'm
Flowers.
coming. I am following.
Dad might be here. I don't know. This way.
I'd let her take me, but I'm just like head in my hands the whole time. Like, ugh, she has so much energy.
Yeah, and not Allegra, Basilka, will lead you to basically what I would assume Allegra is pacing around, or just like almost ready to go into flight.
Yeah, Allegra is like seconds away from taking off into the sky.
Yes. But you see your sister, as you kind of, we'll say you shouted over the garden. She was outside, picking flowers with Tegwell, and you shout to Allegra to go get Cat. And she is also very attuned when there's divinity around, so she's just assuming Dad's here, which is very much on the same, like, idea that you have, where it's like, great, Father could be here. And she is now dragging a very... I don't know if you want to say Cat's overstimulated or overwhelmed. Exasperated, I guess is the word.
A little bit.
Yeah. Katarina, while she is bringing you over, and to Cat, you see Allegra almost in flight with a very generic-looking noble standing beside them.
Yeah, and Allegra's like very like, you know how Allegra shows emotion by glowing? It's like a dull silver anxious glow.
I'm here. What's going on?
You told me to tell you before I do stupid things. I'm about to go do something stupid. Watch this one. And
What-
then we'll
what-
shoot
that's
into the
not-
fucking sky.
That's not how I meant it.
Hi,
Hello.
how's it going?
Allegra is it's still visibly there. She's just trying to get a spot on wherever whatever is here, because she's trying to be above it, and goes, I believe my father is somewhere here. This one is she'll like slowly she'll come down a little bit so that she isn't alerting literally everyone, and go, I believe this one is a shapeshifter. And then we'll go slightly farther up into the sky, just to kind of try and get a view.
The cat turns to Jasper and goes, not well.
I can imagine. My night's also been interesting.
I love her, but she is a very
fair-
willful person.
To be fair, I'm just happy to have my teeth not punched in.
Did she say she was gonna do that?
Yeah, to be fair, it was kind of deserved. So
She can be scary on the surface, but once you get to know her, she's just a big teddy.
I mean, I would like to be able to get to know more people around here, I guess.
So who are you?
I would. So I'm not a shape changer. I have a thing that lets me disguise myself. First things first.
Okay, so that's not an answer.
I know. I'm getting there,
Okay.
ma'am. She stared up from like sitting on the water fountain and kicking their little legs. Hold their hands out. You may call me Jasper. It's a pleasure to meet you. Just don't tell anyone out here my name, because I'm not actually supposed to be out here right now.
Right. Hello, Jasper.
Pleasure to meet you. Especially, the person who runs this whole shindig.
Did she tell you I was the leader?
Oh no, no, of like gestures to the castle.
Oh, we don't live here. We're just guests at the party. None of us are related to. Oh, okay. I was not sure what you were insinuating, to be honest.
I just don't need any indicators that I'm out here. Is all.
Got it.
Don't rat me out, please. Or I'll turn into a rat, please, guys.
What can I call you?
Just call me Cat.
Oh, okay. Cool. Good to know. Huh. I mean, if I really need to hide, I can just become very small.
I don't think it will be necessary.
Fair. Okay.
The whole time Kat is like looking out and like trying to see if she can get an angle on where Allegra went. It is like
I think
Allegra is still directly above you in the air.
okay, she's
It's just
definitely
really
like
high up.
during talking to Jasper, Kat is like mostly not looking at Jasper and looking up in the sky and keeping an eye on Allegra.
the moment
Like-
you're not looking at them, they start to wander to the big fuck off suit of armor.
Where are you going?
I want to see. I want to go talk to people.
You. What,
Ish.
what did Allegra get me into?
Right now, Jasper's currently just staring up in awe at fucking Tegwith.
Vasilka goes, "Hi, hello."
Hi! How are you?
I'm great. We think our dad's here, and that's really bad,
Oh,
but really
shit.
good. Yeah, good
Okay,
for me, bad for her, or bad for me too. I don't know. This is
don't know.
Tegwill. He says hello.
Oh, hi, Tegwell. He looks very cool.
He is my bodyguard, even though I don't need
Yo.
one.
It's
Say-
like her little goat tail is like swishing.
That we
like,
can't
doing
see.
little baby taps. Yeah.
And then Vasilka goes, "Say hi, Tegwill," and Tegwill will just very awkwardly raise his clawed hand and then do a little wave.
He looks so cool. And he's just a bodyguard?
My bodyguard. She hates it. I love it. Allegra, do you see him?
What does Allegra see now that she's in the air?
You do see, Ludmilla basically made a maze, basically, in her topiary garden. So, but I assume you're getting higher and higher, so you could just see the whole landscape of the maze.
As high as she can.
And you notice that there is a pathway of white flowers that leads to the fountain, and you just very distantly see Alright talking to some 8-foot-tall person. In the distance.
And Allegra will cock her head to the side and go, I'm headed into the maze. Follow the white flowers. And then we'll shoot forward.
Turns around. Where are we going?
Following her. Come on.
Okay, it was nice meeting you.
No, you're coming with.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them. Points.
No, they're probably coming with too.
We are!
Yes!
Yeah, because the specific, like, the what Allegra just said was directed at Vasilka. If anybody else comes, that's up to y'all.
Vasilka claps her hands eagerly, going, "We might see Father, we might see him. Allegra's gonna get to punch him."
Oh?
I don't know. I have to accept that they have beef.
Oh. Okay.
A very smart half-elf told me. But sometimes family fights, and that's okay.
Well, I would never fight my peepaw. He's too strong.
What's that?
My peepaw?
What's a paw?
like a fatherly figure, I guess. I don't know. Let's call him peepaw.
And she follows Allegra. Through the maze. Introduces herself as Vasilka. Again. Reminds you that that's Tegwill. And then goes, "That's Cat. That's Allegra. I don't know where RA is."
Yes, I'm pretty sure they know all of our names.
I'd make sure. Okay.
You know what? It's always good to make sure people know names.
And then there's RA, and then there's Irina, and then there's Ismark, and there's a cat. That cat on the cat. That cat on cat is named Percival. There was a rabbit. There's a woman named Lottie. I haven't seen her. Where'd she go?
Oh.
There's Beth.
Oh.
There's a ghost dog. I've only seen him
There's a
twice.
ghost-
Yeah.
There's a ghost dog? Where?
I don't know.
I think they're walking and talking.
I'm seconds away from pulling my hair out.
I mean, I don't know where Miss Lottie is. I think it could be fun. I like meeting new people.
Me too. You two yap against cats love and want. Silka just names off of people that she knows, so you can kind of know what people are, and kind of describes what R.A., Ismark, Irina, and Beth look like, and then what Lottie looks like. Which you innately already know because Esmeralda showed you what they look like before you decided to go into the party and have fun and sneak out, but then you saw Allegra and you're like, oh, I could go that way. But yes. Similar to like y'all's walk towards the center of the topiary garden, you are all beckoned by a stone pathway littered with vines and overgrown grass that seems to be methodically placed by the druid of the brides. And everyone starts to notice that there is an addition that's been added to the path that follow R.A. and their mysterious guest. Familiar white blossoms of evening glories, each clustered at every few feet and pointed towards what you could assume where the moons would be, like kind of sunflowers-esque, where they kind of always point in the direction where the sun is rising. That's what the evening glories are doing. But yet the evening glories aren't the only ones that bear witness to the event. You spot small translucent flowers, ones that look a little bit ethereal and decorate the pathway, almost dotted in a way that reveals the direction towards the divine sense that Allegra felt. And like the closer and closer you get to where R.A. is, you all kind of feel this very somber feeling, I would say. And like it does get colder the more and more you head towards, which is a very different flag, because Allegra, you would know that it's not your father, because you would feel incredibly warm and hot if you were near him.
Yeah, she begins to slow as she feels it, but it's also like, I think in her gut, there's this feeling of dread. But she will keep pace with the group instead of being ahead of them now.
Okay.
But still in the air.
Yeah. Because you have more of the bird eye view.
Yeah.
When you start going past, when the mazes start becoming less of like a left turn, right turn, and it goes into the opening, the very familiar opening that Ludmilla took you to. You come to the opening of a topiary garden further where the fountain that you passed, or the fountain that you were once fighting in, and you see R.A. kind of in a center of a field of evening glories, and like a shadow of someone who was very once tall just kind of melts back into the ground, and then more flowers start blooming where they once were. And I think the moment you I don't know if you touch ground for you, but the moment the party like crosses that pathway, that opening, the faint sense of divinity slowly starts to dissipate, but kind of lingers a little bit around R.A.
Yeah, Allegra doesn't touch the ground. She's just kind of hovering there.
Yeah. R.A. looks that direction before the presence entirely fades because Mother Night told them Allegra's coming.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
they're looking up sheepishly and they like wave a little bit.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
I see.
Sorry
Good.
to worry you.
It's okay. I had this horrible pit in my stomach thinking that it was my father that had absconded with you.
Oh, no. Nope, not that.
Good.
That must have been distressing.
Yes, but it is okay. It will be okay. And it is at that point, Allegra touches ground. It is still very clear by the soft gray glow that she is just a ball of anxiety.
How was dancing with your mother?
was enlightening, but she is gone now. So
That makes sense. And they look back to where the figure was standing, who is now gone.
I think before Allegra, like, plants her feet to the ground, you do see flowers that kind of spell "sorry for worrying you." At the moment you can read that, they like more of them fill the space to get to like wipe away the traces that there were words spelled in the flowers.
okay.
Yeah.
So she lets out a sigh and goes, "Ah, I see. That
Oh,
is
she's not here.
more understandable now."
Yeah, it was odd.
Are you at least okay?
Yeah, perfectly fine. We just probably need to leave sooner rather than tomorrow.
I see. And why is that?
She kind of said that, and Ari's like pointing at the spot where Mother Night just disappeared.
Mhm.
That we're kind of running out of time.
Ah,
So yeah, I'd rather head out before she gets too restless.
I understand. You and Allegra like stops, which normally she is not one to hold herself back,
Mhm.
but she just nods and goes, "Okay."
Ari kind of like inches closer and like puts a hand on Allegra's elbow and like leans in. I really am sorry that I didn't say anything before heading off with her. I knew that it would worry you, but
It's okay.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere without telling you.
It's okay. I am just glad it was not my father. And that you are safe.
From what I've heard, I'm also glad it wasn't your father.
Allegra will look back at the party and then go, "Wait, where did..." And she'll yell out, "If you wander too far into the garden, it will eat you."
There's
Let's head out.
there's occasional flowers that try like kind of Venus flytrap kind of ish that
Mhm.
if you step too close, they kind of lean forward and try to like grab something off of you.
Yenna appears in the walkway, waves.
And this is
Jasper.
Hello.
a pleasure.
Apparently they just showed up.
Mm-hmm. They did have my stuff though, and she'll like hold up her bag with her old armor and stuff in it.
I was
Hey,
told.
that was context I did not receive.
I was told by Ezzy to give it to you, and then I wandered out here.
When I met them, they were in the form of Are, which I almost
Well-
punched them in the face for.
Well, I only had a couple of things to go on, and I can't exactly walk around as myself around here at the moment.
So, at least there's that.
Beth did the same thing a while back, reportedly.
I mean, I can like
But I
be
knew
myself
Beth
with
before that.
believe.
I knew Beth before that.
I do.
So,
I do apologize for freaking you out. I did not mean to. That's on
it's
me.
okay. It's okay. It's just Are disappeared and then you showed up wearing Are's old clothes. So,
Oh.
quickest way to get to make me angry is, yeah, it's one
I
of.
understand. I will keep that in mind from now on.
Well, it seems in the end it was harmless. So
Yes,
He's
trying
just gonna
to
sit.
hide.
He's just gonna sit here, at the edge of the fountain.
Okay.
And I mean, he could have picked worse looking people to.
there is more important news. It may be a bit of a stretch. I'm not. Do either of you know where the others are?
I am not sure where Beth is, but Katarina is right behind us.
Beth is dancing with the Lady of the Land.
And Lottie and Bismarck, Irina?
Ismark and Irina are still in the ballroom. Lottie is, to my understanding, off on her own thing.
I see. I can.
Okay.
Vasilka, can you do me a favor, dear?
Yeah.
Send Tegwith to fetch Irina and Ismark for me.
She turns over to Tegwith and salutes at him and goes, "Your mission? Catch the siblings. Irina and Ismark, specifically. No other siblings. Them. Got it? Post haste. Now." And Tywell will just look at Basilka, and then with a speed you are not used to, he books it.
I also, in thinking about it, I imagine, because, like, the disguise isn't, like, just, like, walking with the weird sound of hooves that can kind of be explained as heels. It's fine.
Yeah, you look like just like a common, like, noble lady. Probably. Most generic. You can blend into the crowd easily.
But Ari definitely picked up on Fae vibes, right?
Yes,
There's
you can.
no way.
You can feel a sense of Fae exuding from them, like they're full Fae. Very similar to
that's
like.
why they were like, "Oh, it was just a harmless Fae prank, right?"
Yeah,
It wasn't a dangerous one. It could have been worse.
I could have. It could have been Escher at the end of the day that was disguising himself as RA.
Could have been.
With your stuff. Who knows?
That
Oh,
would have been a very quick way to get Allegra to throw hands, though.
Oh, hey, have either of you guys seen an Escher around here?
Why?
So, technically, that's who was supposed to get me from the room I was put in, so I could come down here. And then, just no one showed up.
He's not exactly the best of hosts.
Oh, isn't that what they did to us?
Yes.
Great.
Jasper.
Yeah?
Seemingly innocuous question that's actually quite loaded. Do you know where you are?
Not really.
You were kind of explained. You are in Barovia. Like, Anastasia gave you a crash course while you were still recovering from your wounds that she found you. So you were like in a half haze.
Yeah, I only know is there's someplace called Barovia. I was minding my own business with my peepaw, and then suddenly I was here, then I got wounded, and then there was a lady trying to explain a lot of things to me while I was getting patched up.
Follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
When did you find out about the existence of a land called Barovia?
Just now?
Okay,
Yes.
that's
Clear
what I thought.
question, perhaps.
Like today.
Where are you from? You remember?
Sorry, what?
Ara asked where Jasper's from.
Oh, hold on one second.
Searching through his notes.
And I was answering something. I I didn't get to leave much. I lived in a place called the Golden Grove with my peepaw, and occasionally saw my aunties, but that's about it.
Do I know where that is?
Roll a history check.
Okie doke. History. That's that's a critical failure.
Do I take my inspiration and try again?
If you want to give that to me here.
Yeah, sure. Go nuts.
All right, yeah, let's use up all our inspiration for 17s.
You have not like you don't know where it is per se. You have heard about a traveling grove in Sylvestris that people allude to the Golden Grove, but it's never consistent and it's never like some people will say it's like north of this town and it's not there, or it's south of this. It's like a very inconsistent place that people just know about but don't know exactly where it is, and you assume it's just because of Fae.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the Golden Grove. That doesn't really narrow it down to somewhere other than this plane and the plane of
Sorry.
Sylvestris.
What's going on?
Okay, where was the Golden Grove last you recall? Like, was it near anything? Any landmarks, towns, cities, countries?
Would I know this?
Oh. You were so
No.
secluded into that grove, you never left it.
No, I really didn't go anywhere save for going to visit my aunties with Peepaw, so.
Oh. Well, I suppose that did at least answer the question as to which plane you're from. Not this one is the answer.
No, yeah, not this one, that is, for sure.
Yeah, I'm also from Sylvestris.
So, in case it has not been properly explained to you, it is unlikely you are going to be able to return home for quite some time.
Oh, Peepaw's gonna be mad.
It's a little more of an issue than that, my friend.
Uh-huh.
You might be stuck here forever.
There's a very good chance.
Are you sure about that, or?
Pretty sure.
I
Apparently,
know.
even death doesn't let you escape here, so...
Yes, your soul will just reincarnate, which, to my
Sorry,
understanding,
Des?
is a thing that happens in Sylvestris, but...
Sorry, I've never, I don't know. I've never seen anybody die, ever.
Then you're fortunate. Hold on to that.
Kat absolutely has her head in her hands. With that said, Kat's just like, oh no. Oh no, this
Excuse me?
one's greener than green. This one.
Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry, me, pretty lady. Sorry, pardon me, pretty lady. Walking past Alora. Allegra.
Who?
Walking past Allegra. Sorry, pretty lady. Excuse me.
Okay, you know our names. Please use them.
Am I not allowed to compliment people? Or is that weird?
No, it's just we don't know who you're talking to.
Points at Allegra. The person I was just walking past?
Okay.
That context clues do make sense, yes, but still.
I was told it's always polite to, when you're walking past someone, to excuse yourself. Unless that's wrong?
No, that's right.
That is proper etiquette, yes.
Never mind.
There is a very mischievous grin on their face. They could be fucking with you, or they could just be like this.
You...
Is that Ismark and
Yeah.
Irina, I spy?
yeah.
Oh,
I think
hello.
I think in the middle of Jesper fucking around and finding out, aka everyone's realizing, oh, this poor sweet child. Tegwell he was commanded post haste to come back very quickly against Irina and Ismark's demands because they do not command him. Tegwell has kind of scruffed both of them, and they're just both under both of his arms.
That is not what I meant.
Thank you! You brought them! And you can see Ismark is very displeased, and Irina's just kind of frazzled over the fact that she's just being blindly carried one-armed.
Oh,
this
hello.
giant suit
Tegwith,
of
if
armor.
you could put them down, please. Gently.
Skitters.
Good, thank you for saying
Skitters.
gently. He very much lets Ismark's taller than Irina, so he properly puts Ismark down and like unmoves his arm around his waist, and then carefully removes Irina, and then has her like gently put on the ground, like putting a cat that's on your shoulder and then awkwardly putting it back on the ground. Because you said gently, and he doesn't know how to do with humans. And Ismark just goes, "Next time, just talk to us."
That was what I thought he was going to do. My apologies.
Yeah, Tegel shakes his head and goes, "Post haste."
Allegra just puts her head in her hand and goes, Tegwith, they are as fast as you are. They could have gotten here post haste with you. You did not have to carry them.
Did not want to come. Post haste.
Well, then that's your fault, Ismark.
Ismark throws his hands in the air. He goes, "Listen, this man came out of nowhere. The suit of armor came out of nowhere, ran up to us while we're having a conversation with our mom."
Okay, hold on. Let's cut this shit out. RA has something very important to tell us. Let's not delay it. Please.
It could have waited a few moments, but it's fine. It's fine. We're mostly here now. So I received very important a warning, perhaps communication of some sort, from an entity that I'm not sure if she wants me to disclose. Surrounded by evening glories. Anyway, I was informed that we have less time than I thought. That time is specifically running out. So if it's possible, would you all be willing to leave with me sooner rather than later to save my sister?
You say the
If you
word
want-
and I will be ready to leave.
If you let me come along, I'm more than happy to get out of here. So shouldn't we be concerned about your other friend? Question mark.
We will have to round everyone up, and see what's going on. So it will be some time before we can depart, but I would prefer to leave before tomorrow.
I'm gonna say Ismark nods his head. More of like a quiet affirmation that they're willing to leave, and then Irina goes, "Yeah, we just need to go get Beth and Lottie, and then leave. I would like to get out of this dress and go."
Ari does visibly relax. Like they're very nervous to ask everyone to leave early.
Also, love talking to Mom. This ghost thing is really creepy.
I believe it was intended as a gift of sorts.
Okay. Cool.
Not from the Lord of the Land. It doesn't matter at this point.
Everyone's passive perceptions. May I know it?
You get my character sheet open.
Yeah.
17.
You mean 14.
11.
11. Okay. My siblings. I know
passive
Ismark.
perception?
Yes, your
19.
PP. 19. Okay.
My PP.
Yeah, your PP. I know Ismark has a high one too. Yeah.
Oh, did it go up? Because my thing says it's 17. It's not 17 anymore.
Yes, it went up because at level 5 your proficiency bonus goes up. Okay, and not Irina has a 12. Okay. So Kat, RA, and Ismark would notice that the flowers around you guys are slowly starting to recede, as in they're going from full bloom flowered to flowered that is just kind of like recently opened to a bud to a sprout and then eventually back into the ground.
So it doesn't look like they're withering. It looks like
Time is reversing?
it's like they're rewinding.
Yes, like receding back into the ground. Yeah.
That's weird.
Which is, you would know Allegra from, or well, Allegra knows this, and then RA by proximity, because you were here when Allegra's
Other
talking to
flowers.
the flowers,
Mhm.
that her way of doing it is either growing more flowers, or the flowers would wither, die, and then more flowers would grow in its place.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Alright, looks at the flowers weird.
Are the flowers that grew out of Allegra's blood still there?
No.
Okay. This is
And
why I kept. This is
your-
why I had armor decoration as foreign part of my dress.
and your blood looks shinier? Slicker?
Newer.
Newer, yes.
Great.
Hmm.
Yeah, Allegra's grabbed the hammer off her hip and it's now out.
It's unusual, but if we're leaving soon anyway, perhaps would it be in poor taste to our host to redistribute everyone's things?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
wouldn't think so.
Ari's gonna pop out bag of holding, start giving people their stuff back.
Fantastic. Yeah, Allegra's going to immediately begin putting on her armor. She's also going to toss her old armor to Vasilka and go, "Put this on, please."
And then Kat takes out Saint Markovia's thigh bone.
Yeah. Vasilka will look at the armor and go, really? You do have Lottie's stuff, yes.
So Allegra will just go, "Mother made it. It will protect you. Put it on." Wait, you don't need armor. That's right. Never mind.
She was in the middle of putting it on, and then goes,
She thought about it and she's like, "Oh wait, no, the way you are constructed. You're right.
I'm very tough.
Yes, you are. Shit. Give the armor to Tegwith. He will, or Tegwill? Tegwill.
Tegwell.
Give the armor to Tegwill. He will, Tegwill, you will return this to my mother's paramour Amara.
And then he'll say, before going home, after going home.
When you go home. You can do it at any point in time when you are back in the village.
Okay.
That is up to you.
Ooh. Yay, give the golem crisis. Yeah. Give him
Try to make the golem make decisions.
Yeah, make him self-aware. Yep. That's gonna be
Absolutely the point.
if he did not have the armor in his hands, he would be looking down at it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she will. Allegra will give her weapon that she did have, the short sword, to Vasilka, so she has a weapon.
Wait, what would you give to Vasilka?
The short sword that she did have, that Allegra did have,
Okay.
that was given to her by Ismark.
Okay, yeah. She has a cool silvered short sword.
Plus
And,
one short sword.
Yep, +1. Yeah, because Ismark has all magical weapons on him.
Yep.
And you see that he, Ismark is like also rudimentarily try to put on his armor, and looks over at Irina and goes, "You're stuck like that, Miss Spellcaster." And she goes, "Can we just like tear it apart or something? I can't run in this."
I need to teach you to run in heels.
No, she's in a huge like wire cage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
yes,
the problem.
no, definitely break it down.
We could take off the petticoats and the crinolines and the hoop skirts at least.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you see Ismark helps her like try to get out of it. It takes a little bit of moment, and like as time, because it does take like. Does Allegra wear heavy armor? Or is it medium armor?
Let me check. I believe it's medium.
Medium? Okay. So I think it takes like 5 minutes to put on medium armor.
Yeah.
Ismark has the same problem. And then you add like another 5 because of Irina and what have you. And then RA divvying things up.
Yeah, because she's wearing scale mail currently.
And Jasper, you just see a bunch of these people like getting ready for war, and you're just like, cool. Sick.
Blink, blinks several times.
Yeah.
Just holds his walking stick, I guess.
And you all hear before you start moving, the bell that announced that it was midnight earlier in the evening rings again, but instead of denoting one ring to say it is 1 a.m., it rings 12 more times.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I would like to cast. We are casting Protection from Evil and Good on Ara.
Yeah, alright, looks. Actually, hold on, GM. Do I have any inkling as to what this might herald?
How so?
Would Ara have any suspicions as to what this reversing of time, like, does it have any specific correlations as far as they know? Or is this just weird fae fuckery?
You could... I want you... Because you're around them for time. You were used, when you were younger, time reversing in smaller increments. And you'd always assumed it was just like weird fae magic that kind of lingered around your house, your home. The only fae you know of is you know who. And then like when you fully left, that feeling of time going backwards kind of receded.
So it's definitely sus and weird. Not
sus and
necessarily enough to
weird.
draw conclusions, but enough to make Ari go, "Hey, Jasper, do you need a weapon?"
Oh, I'm good. I got a weapon.
Are you certain?
Yeah, I'm good.
Does he have a weapon?
Jasper has like a large staff that's entirely made out of gold.
Oh.
That they kind of are using more as like a poking stick, like a 10-foot pole. And it's instead of like a common quarterstaff that's more thick. It's thinner, like Jasper could throw it, like a javelin.
Okay. Aria shrugs then and puts assorted weaponry back in their bag.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe we should try and go find the others.
Okay, sure.
I'm right behind you.
Okay.
Off we go.
Into the woods, it's time to go. Okay. Alright, I bring you back here. I bring, please, party ribbon. Okay. Okay. Let me go. Alright, I'm controlling 2 maps at one time. Okay. You're gone. You're gone. You go bye-bye. Cheetah. I'll delete more people. But
Oh, sorry.
you all, as you are getting further and further back to the proper ballroom to go, what I assume, find Beth. Go grab Beth, and then find wherever the fuck Lottie went.
Yeah.
In this Lou. And the more and more you walk through the garden, you see that the spirits around you, and the fact that it was pointed out by Kat and Ismark passively, and RA who can actively see this happening quicker than the others. Some of the ghosts are starting to dissipate, as if they are freshly just going back to where they came from. And you are noticing that some of them are aware of what's happening and looking down at them and seeing that they're slowly going invisible, and then look towards the party itself. As if, like, you are all... It's kind of weird. Whoever has an insight that's higher than a 14 can tell that they're kind of blaming you for this reason. You as a whole.
And what do you mean, like passive insight?
Yeah, your passive insight.
Like us, the party? Or
you, the party.
I have
Gotcha.
a +7.
So yeah, you could see it. I think Irina doesn't notice it. Isilka definitely doesn't. I'm not sure what Allegra's passive insight is. I don't know if it's higher than your...
Mine's 17, so I'd...
Yeah. I know our wisdom casters definitely notice.
Insight. That would be 10 plus wisdom mod, right?
Yes.
It's an 11.
Okay, so you, Vasilka, and Irina don't really catch on as quick, but based off of everyone kind of scrutinizing and looking around, you can tell that these ghosts are weirdly judging you guys.
Huh.
He just tilts his head. It's like, huh.
And you guys make it to the ball, and most of the ball was getting cleared out. There's, like, less people here dancing, and a lot of people, because it's the end of the year, and a lot of people are waving goodbye, getting escorted to their rooms for the night that Strahd has offered them to stay, and they can all leave in the morning. So there's just a couple of people who are just still, some of them half drunk, some of them a little tipsy, just chatting, still trying to socially engage with a bunch of people. But most of the ghosts are slowly starting to disappear from the scene, as if they were never there before. And you see that by the time you all come into the room, Strahd is exiting through a door, after Escher kind of walked up to Beth and Strahd to tell them, hey, to pull Strahd away and tell him that he is needed to go somewhere else. And the Lord kind of bows, kind of half apologizes to to Beth, and excuses himself out of the room. And Beth's just kind of standing there with a look on her face, as if like the information that she got from the Lord was probably not as willing as she wanted it to be. But there's still no sign of Lottie. Beep.
I will have Kat, summon Percival to her and have him fly about the castle until he finds Lottie. I know that Lottie has been a retired character for a little bit, but Kat doesn't know that, and she is sending Percival to make sure Lottie is at least okay.
Yes.
That's fair. I mean, I'm always, if need be, I could pull her.
Remember what's happening to her currently. So she's currently incapacitated right now.
Oh, yeah.
But fair. Percival will escape through one of the doorways that's being opened for people to exit. And you still see, like, Escher's still kind of lingering around. You see Leaf there and a couple of other guards, but it's mostly just, like, nobles that don't want to leave yet and are still just gossiping while drinking and kind of partying. There's a low music that is playing that's more of like a lull drone background noise versus actual enticing music that invites people to dance as the Lord has left the building. I assume you guys catch Beth up to speed?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
You catch Beth up to
we gotta go soon, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. We're in trouble. We gotta go.
Oopsies.
Alright, Beth doesn't like Tequil. He goes over here.
Also, have you seen Lottie?
You say that to Beth?
Yeah.
Beth tells you all that she was informed by the Lord that she is currently in a comatose state.
What?
She just found her whatever she needed, read it, and remembered everything. And apparently, he said she is resting in a bed somewhere in this castle.
Well, if we can verify this, then I would hate to leave her behind, but time is pressing.
Would agree that we should confirm and then leave.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys try to go make it to leaving the ballroom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. As
I'm gonna find a bride or the Lord or something.
Well, Escher's right there.
And then we could just go ask Escher.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, I spy with my little eye, a little twink. I'm gonna go fully.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang out as far away from Escher as possible.
Yeah, you're just a normal person. Okay, you two approach. You tag team approach Escher, who is chatting with a woman over drinks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he smiles at Allegra and then sees Ra at the distance and then pouts a little bit.
Yeah. Ara walks up. No introduction, no bows, no social graces. Just says, Lottie, where is she?
Oh, she's in one of the guest bedrooms.
The thing I will say about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Allegra has not stopped carrying her hammer. So when she approached him, she had her weapon.
Listen. Hey,
whole
ladies,
time.
ladies, gentlemen. Weird statue man. She's asleep. She read a really bad diary, and like I told her and warned her, she could have been a bad guy and probably got shocked that she was a bad guy in her past life. And
I
then
don't care. Where is she?
in a guest bedroom, like down the hall to the left, take 3 lefts more, up the stairs, second room to the right.
All right, nods, and then goes off to do exactly that.
You said
Well, hey.
what to her?
Hey there,
This-
champ.
We were.
Hello.
She was the one who brought it up. She's like, "What if I'm a bad guy?" And we're like, "Well, we can't rule that out. Do you remember anything?" And she's like, "No." And then I don't remember. I don't know anything about her. And then it just kind of. I said probably not.
Allegra will not raise her hammer at him, but will gently
Stay.
press it to his chest and go, If I found out she has been harmed, the Lord
Nope.
couldn't stop me from hunting you down.
We all promised that we would not hurt you. They promise. None of you would go harm. She read her book. That's on her. She fainted and hasn't woken up.
Allegra
If you-
will just kind of narrow her eyes at him, lower the hammer, and go,
Listen, you go talk to Valenta. That was the one who took her to go get her book. I was over here making merry, smooching ladies.
All right, booking it.
Yep,
I'm gonna
Allegra
go with
will
Laura, so he's looking
follow.
at
Will
it.
follow.
Okay.
She will bid him adieu and then
I
follow.
follow.
What the
The
fuck?
The 3 Musketeers. Let's go.
Yeah.
God. Maybe
Let's
she found
go.
that. Maybe she found out she was actually a bad person. Allegra, say that again with your chest.
I didn't rule. We didn't rule it out. You
Mhm.
all try to exit, or not try to exit post haste. And as you all, this is why I say try. As you all get to the doorway to the room, you feel the door close in front of you. The lighting in the room grows still, or not still, grows dimmer, and then the air in the room grows still. That's what I was looking for. And what you all hear is the sound of the clock again, ringing 11 times this time. And then after the 11th ring, you all hear the sound of very distantly screams. And then it becomes a small amount of screams, and then it becomes a loud chorus. And then immediately met with silence.
I would like to cast Sanctuary on RA.
Okay, so RA has protection from evil and good and sanctuary. Okay. And as the bell, as the screams grow quiet, the room seems to still even further, and some of the people in the room have stopped moving. And at the top of the staircase of the landing that you all descended from, that Strahd left in, there is a plume of green smoke and fire. And then in the center of it is a very tall, ghastly-looking woman, around 6-7 feet tall, long fey ears, and wearing a garb that is just like, think Maleficent from fucking Sleeping Beauty, in like a very deep black robe that's inlaid with a little bit of purple and a little bit of green in there. And then just standing at the top of the staircase, and with eyes that are very pointed, narrowed, in a deep green that resembles like the neon green fire. Again, think Maleficent, of like this imagery. she goes.
This definitely isn't Maleficent,
It's
right?
it's not Maleficent because that's a different god, but this is kind of like the aesthetic that she's going for. Trust me, I would not throw Maleficent
you
at
told
you.
me that Maleficent was a god.
Maleficent's a god and kind of dead, and not. She's in a weird position in my pantheon, but like the imagery of like appearing in the middle of a ballroom or a court, in like a plume of green smoke and fire, but wearing robes that are deep black. She doesn't have like like the mask that she has with the horns and everything. Her hair is like long black that just kind of rests on over her shoulder. And she doesn't seem to be wearing like a scepter or like holding a scepter or a book or anything. It's kind of like a mix of like very much a spellcaster and a little bit of like I fight with my claws or I fight with my hands. Like a battle ready wizard sorcerer, you would think. What Irina dreams to be.
Spellblade.
And what Cat is slowly becoming.
Yes, exactly. And she, in a very loud voice that is projected throughout the room, goes, "It's such a terrible shame not to be invited to such a spectacular party. The day of ending, the day of beginning. You know, the last fair folk who wasn't invited, a war broke out. But plenty of you all know about this war. You're still planning for it. Idiots." And she kind of sneers, blowing away like the emerald flames that are coming from her, kind of like, and there is now like a scorched ring, if you were seeing from a top down, a scorched ring of where she appeared. And she goes, "All right, I'm getting a little bored of our game of cat and mouse. So, are any of you gonna speak up and tell me where the damn Vireo is? Or Vireo is?"
Hey.
Hey.
I recognize this bitch, right?
Yes.
Cool. All right. Don't worry. I'm just adding numbers normally. It's fine. Cool. Also, can I roll a stealth check?
Yes, absolutely.
Okie doke. 20.
Okay.
I'm hiding between this suit of armor and Allegra.
Okay.
Yeah, Allegra, as a matter of fact, speaking of suits of armor,
Yes.
Allegra will whistle and go, "Tagwill, come here."
Yeah. She waits for a moment, sees a bunch of stupefied people, a lot of people in the party. I guess it's just Irina and Beth. Vasilka. I don't know if Ismark knows your real name. I think he only told Kat and Allegra. I believe. No, I think you gave a deal with... Did you do a deal with Ismark yet?
No.
No, okay. So everyone in the party is dumbfounded except, Kat and Allegra who know. And other people in the ballroom are confused. Some of them are trying to open the door. Some of them are trying to get out of the room, like go into the gardens, and like none of the doors are budging or what have you. And she waits for a minute to see if anyone reacts. And efficiently, she waits maybe 2 minutes for someone to say anything. And then she snaps her fingers, and then in a burst of just an energy of magic, leaves her hand and strikes a random commoner, and they full on die. I think regular for a commoner with 4 hit points, she doesn't need to roll. And she goes, "I know you're here. Quit hiding."
So with that,
Yes.
Allegra's wings are alight, mostly
Yes.
because, one, she is protective of Ari, but two, this bitch just killed someone,
Yes.
and she's gotta go.
And who are you to seek?
And you're saying this to the woman.
Yep.
You see, we go way back, long time ago, and I found out that he, they, she, whatever they want now, have decided to undermine my curse a little bit, and I'm quite displeased that my favorite little princeling has failed me once again. And, after I helped him all these years ago, and I think I am tired of waiting around. I am tired of being brought here. I am tired of waiting for the sorry excuse to deliver the promise that they make, but now they're actually happy with their curse. They're making friends. Little witchling, do you know where he is?
I don't say a word.
Well, no one's saying a word.
Yes.
Allegra will say something.
Okay.
You are a murderer, and now you must be dealt with. Whether they are here or not is irrelevant now. Take with. That one is a danger to Vasilka. Kill them.
Cool. So,
Yes.
that seems super smart, and Ari knows that's definitely gonna go super well.
Yeah. Yep.
100%.
Uh-huh.
That's everyone's gonna be safe and fine. Not. This is gonna go horribly. So I think what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Is they're very quickly going to put on the gift that Strahd gave them at the dinner.
Uh-huh.
And just real quickly in the shadows, just poof in and out of bird form in a matter of moments, and sneak their way back to the center of the floor.
Okay.
Without anyone knowing, because that's a 20 stealth. And then before anyone can get too crazy, things get too out of hand.
I know, baby. I know.
You guys see Ra standing there. A little bit different from before. They look mostly the same. Except their, like, shoulders are a bit broader, their jaws a bit squarer, their eyebrows are a bit heavier and darker, and their chest is notably flatter. That's Ra, but much more masculine than before.
Mhm.
And they're all dressed up in their finery with a little platinum circlet on their head embedded with emeralds. It's got little flowers on it. It's really cute. Anyway. They're looking determinedly at this interloper. And out of the blue, they start approaching, and they just say, "Where's my sister?"
Oh, so now you care about her. After leaving her for, I don't know, how many years was it?
You know that wasn't by choice.
It was. You decided to leave. You could have fixed the problem. All you had to do was
doesn't-
just stab them. One of them.
That doesn't matter now. Where is she?
With a bunch of birds. Infuriating, but I believe my little witchlings are currently trying to break through their gates. What have you. But if you leave now, you come with me, I'll leave her alone. I don't really need her anymore.
Oh no. Oh, they hesitate. They look back at everyone else.
Kat will step up beside you and put a hand on your shoulder. Won't say anything, but just like that moment of like, we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no. Ari isn't certain what to do. They're like clenching and unclenching their hands, visibly perspiring. They're deliberating. They're giving actual thought to her offer.
You see that, let me actually see if she knows what the fuck this thing is that's following her. That's slowly making its way towards her.
Yeah, and Allegra's following suit. Allegra's moving with Tegwith.
Okay. You would definitely have it. She looks down and goes, "Nuh-uh. You stop right there." And would raise her hand up and, God, okay. Let's see if she can do it. So let's roll 1d20 plus a spellcaster modifier. Which, yeah. Oh, I wrote +6. Okay, he does not stop. He keeps going, and like you feel a very powerful wave of magic cast from her hand, and then as he gets closer, she slowly starts rising into the air a little bit just to be out of his film, and then as she is talking to you, she is just kind of looping Tegwill into going up the stairs and going back down the stairs and going up the stairs.
Well, as she rises, Allegra follows suit.
Do you like them? Tell me. Do you want a private conversation, a private hall to talk to without them, or do you want them to watch?
Watch what?
Don't hurt them.
Answer the question. Do you want them to watch?
No.
Allegra snaps her
Alright.
head back to Ari. What is going on?
What are you going to do with him if he surrenders himself?
I don't really need to tell you.
Yeah, Ari just kind of lifts Cat's hand off their shoulder and pats it. They're crying.
Allegra's
They're gonna
question
start
was
walking.
to Ari.
Yeah, Ari can't look at Allegra.
Alright, what's happening?
This is my fight.
There are no fights that are just yours anymore, alright?
I know, and that's the problem. I don't want to see any of you get roped into this.
And you want us to what? Stand aside?
Yes.
I will not.
I will not.
I know.
Whatever comes next, we face it together. That's how we got this far.
Yay, the power of friendship.
I will
think-
say, Ra, because you can't visibly see Allegra's face. She's face forward and flying. But right where your feet are, there are clear drops of silver blood.
Aw.
You know, the kind Allegra cries.
I would never. Oh, don't cry. And I think she's passively watching that some of the quote-unquote audience are engaging in this, like, pseudo, like, I want to call it a rally. Like, you are all very capable fighters, so you're rising into steps and trying to, like, take down this person who just killed a man.
Allegra doesn't care.
Yes, but some of the people around are actually, like, thinking about also joining in the fray. And you see Escher take a step forward because this lady is just in the middle of their business. And she just goes, okay. This is getting a little too crowded for my liking. So how about we all take it elsewhere? And then you can all talk it out in 30 seconds and figure out what you want to do. Otherwise, I can fix it for you, and you can all die. Together.
No need to talk. I'm going to kill you.
Okay. Do you try to swing at her?
Yeah, Allegra's rushing her.
Okay. You see she snaps her hand, and then below everyone, there is a massive doorway that appears like below y'all's feet.
Infinity cast.
Yes, I'm infinity castling you. You all fall, and then she is basically casting the spell Demiplane. And you are all taken to a small pocket dimension. And I get to show you the cool map we found for her.
Question.
Yes.
Does this count for Allegra too, who
Yes.
was flying?
Yes.
Okay.
You are going, and then it will be a luck check to see if you guys want. It'll be a luck check to see if Tegwell comes in. It'll be a luck check to see if Escher comes in.
Who's rolling luck for Tegwell?
Up to you.
I think it's most prudent that you should.
Yeah. What do I roll?
A d20. You want to get
I'll do
higher than
Escher.
11.
Damn.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so they're
Okay.
both coming with.
They're both coming in. Okay. Let me put Escher here. I didn't think about him. Tegwell. Play my little... Can I play this? Sal's gotta go, so we'll probably end kind of here-ish soon.
Okay.
Yep,
I
yep.
can't move, my little boy.
I know, I'm
Have a
gonna...
great time.
Okay.
Right after we get to the boss room.
Yeah, you get the boss room. And then... Where did I put Tegwell and Escher? Shit, dude.
On stupid little platforms.
Well, I mean, like, where are they in my character sheet? Here's Tegwell. He's so big.
He's
Yeah,
so
it
big.
would make sense. It would make sense that Tegwell would be put as far away from her as possible.
She sees the cold iron construct rushing her and goes, none
So
of that.
that was actually Allegra's first thought was, oh, Ra's afraid of Fae. Tegwell, go.
Why is there two Tegwells? Shit, dude. Stop! Stop multiplying!
I was also very scared of one specific Fae.
Whatever, there's two Tegwells
Yeah.
on my screen.
Hence why Allegra went, Tegwell, go.
Tegwell, go.
Okay. I will allow, and then I will ask, Creepy, when she shows up, you guys can move anywhere on this platform. RA can be between here or here.
So she purposefully put RA in front
Yes.
of us.
For you, okay, sorry, let me preface. You guys gotta be in, like, these little cog denotions.
Oh, I see. Okay,
Yes.
cool. I will be on this one then.
This one?
Because I'm assuming Allegra wants this one.
Okay, we can
Yep.
swap by Irina and, Allegra, if that's the case.
Oh wait, where am I? Where am I?
Oh,
Allegra
put yourself on
wants to
the,
be
put yourself
right
on here. You could be on the, and someone can be, like, here if they want. I don't care.
I see you, Lynx, slowly
No.
inching RA closer to where she spawned.
What?
Uh-huh.
Me? Encroaching towards certain death?
Je ne sais quoi, I would never do it. I'm putting Escher far,
What
far
the hell
away,
do
because
you
he can get
So-
to wherever he wants.
I am gonna do my best not to metagame. I made this NPC's character sheet. It's a doozy. It's a fucking doozy, chat.
Okay, so I was right in my assessment.
Oh yes, it is exactly who you think it is.
Oh boy. This will be
I had a
fun.
lot of fun with this character sheet as well.
Just in time.
Well, Abby's gonna play a cooler song really fast. And then I gotta skedaddle. I already have all my stuff ready, though, so I can just get up and go.
Skeet's your daddle.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You guys are brought into basically a demi-plane that looks like you are inside a clock tower, per se. There is a series of gears that turn. If I could have an animated map, we would imagine that the hands on the clock are also turning every round. So it is a potential hazard. Just note that it goes one tick to the left. Or one tick to the left every round. So people gotta jump on their turn. That's fine.
I also imagine if somebody falls off a platform, they are, like, fully crushed to death.
Yes, it is fully animated gears. It is very loud. And outside the clock tower face, you can see basically the material plane where you left. And it's just a bunch of people that are kind of, some of them are just falling, and then the door breaks through, and a bunch of, like, vampire spawns that don't look like they belong to Strahd rush in and then are attacking people. And there are some capable fighters, like, I believe Ingrid was still in the room. She pulls her rapier and just starts hacking through people.
So while we're fighting her in this demi-plane, there are vampire spawns slaughtering the guests.
Yes.
In the, oh god.
Yes.
And
And
Strahd's doing nothing about this?
Strahd is here, but elsewhere. Strahd's dealing with another problem.
Okay.
Yes. Don't worry, you get to have a conversation with us about, fuck you, I hate you. You did nothing.
Bitch.
Bitch. So she stands at the precipice of a platform with Ari closest to her and everyone else kind of spread out. And she does a deep bow and goes, "Finally, since we have time alone, I'm going to make this simple. Varail, you have 30 seconds to forfeit your life. Do the noble thing. Save your friends from fulfilling having to face me or anything. And if you do surrender now, I won't have to kill them all." Do we have a
You
deal?
would think at some point in the past. Hold on, I'm looking for a number. 23 years. You would remember my name. And Ari draws their weapon.
Hell yeah!
Okay.
Hell yes!
Okay. We will draw initiative, and then people will have to face the scary little boss sling that may or may not end people's lives. Wait, I haven't put the tracker. Where is it?
So,
Wait,
5 rounds to drive her off is essentially what we have.
Yes.
Okay.
If RA has 30 seconds to forfeit their own life. Otherwise, je ne sais quoi. Where the hell is the... I'm blind, guys. Chat. There it is. They're in order. Let me delete everyone. Oh, wait. 20s? Unfortunately, Allegra can't have her 27.
Nope.
Jasper.
She has
rolled-
19.15 though.
Yep. Whoa. Okay. Okay. We're just gonna...
Oh,
Nice job, Ari. That's a 20.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
This is the rate. This is how much of the map for that.
And?
Just pointing it out, I suppose.
Let me clear this. We have all turns. Yes. Okay. And then I will just add Allegra back in. Add turn. Who else rolled? RA. And then Jasper rolled.
I'm gonna roll.
And then you gotta go.
Yes, I'm just gonna roll really fast.
'Kay.
21.
Okay, cool. Allegra rolled 19.15. Ari was a 27. Okay. Je ne sais quoi. Irina. I have so many NPCs, guys.
Chat.
I can roll Tegwith. I can do him. Or Tegwith.
Yeah, look at his character sheet and yay. That he's on your side for now.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
she
his
hasn't
sheet
even
in
introduced
despair.
herself. She's just jumping straight to murder.
Tegwell has Iron Golem stats, and Iron Golems are actually really fucking strong.
Tegwith is a monster.
Let's go, Vasilka.
Let's go!
Yeah!
She doesn't know what she's doing. Okay, that's Ismark. Rolled an 18. Damn, everyone's rolling good. All right, Escher. Fail us now.
Roll the highest of all of us, Escher.
That would be funny.
No.
No. It is the role of the sopping wet cat man to be piss poor at fucking everything.
Yeah.
Sorry, Esther's here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did a luck
Okay.
check.
Where the
Hey,
fuck
gotta
is
skedaddle.
Esther?
I
Fine.
pushed
Here.
myself as far as I could go, but I really do have to
Hi,
leave.
baby. I love you.
Bye.
Hey,
I can't wait for this fucking fight, y'all. I'm so excited for it.
it'll
Neither
be fun.
can I.
Chat, I gotta go to the
What's my
bathroom.
flight speed again?
Ciao for now.
Should be in your sheet somewhere, but it's slower than mine.
Bye.
Yes.
I got. Chat, I
Which is
gotta
like
go. I gotta go bathroom.
Okay.
Are we ending here?
Pretty much. I think I got everyone. So Vasilka, Cat, RA. Actually, what is Zelina's dexterity? It's a +4.
Bye.
Bye.
gotta go.
Same as me.
So she actually is going. So she goes
Bye.
fittingly right after RA.
Great.
Yeah. But thank
Cool.
you.
Woohoo.
Sorry.